Let's go, come on!
Keep an eye on Kevin Burns' left hand, and that was the problem in the first fight. And the problem was Kevin Burns has broken his hand many times in the past, and he's had surgeries on it, and because he was very reluctant to throw a closed fist. He was throwing an open palm strike with the left hand, and that's why he kept poking Anthony Johnson in the eyes.
He broke his left hand, Joe, 3 times in 16 months. He said his hand now is as good as it's been, and he said, wait till he sees my jab. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Good body kick by Burns.
Burns was also quick to say he didn't want to win that fight like that night either. There's the left hand.
Nice jab by Burns.
Anthony Johnson training with Kung Lee and his fight team in San Jose, California. He really wants to punish Kevin Burns tonight, but Kevin Burns is coming out very, very hot. Good jab by Johnson.
Well, Burns believes that he established in the first fight that he is able to stand with Johnson. Johnson's a very dangerous knockout artist, but Burns is a guy that keeps a lot of pressure on you. And, you know, when you put a lot of pressure on a guy, you don't let him settle, and you don't let him get, you know, oh, good takedown. When you don't let a guy settle, he's not able to use as much power.
Anthony Johnson, also a junior college national wrestling champion.
Burns has a very good guard. We saw him submit Juan Carnero, who is a fantastic black belt, and he submitted him with a triangle in a big upset. And that's what put him on the UFC map.
His first 3 fights, basically is 2 in the UFC, but he had 3 fights in about 10 weeks when he came in on short notice also to take on Johnson after the late-minute replacement in that fight you talked about against Juan Carnero.
Yeah, that was, look, he's turning right now.
Oh, big shot
by Johnson.
Johnson takes side control.
Burns is struggling. He's bucking his hips out, and what he wants to do is he wants to slide his body sideways and get a knee in between him and Johnson. But Johnson's giving him no space. See how he's keeping his hips solid to him? Johnson has made no efforts to pass here. He's content to stay inside of Kevin Burns' guard, and Mario Yamasaki decides to stand him up.
Because of that, Mario Yamasaki does say, all right, boys, back to the feet. Nobody's really gotten the better of the striking so far. Both have landed a few shots.
Oh, good right hand by Burns.
Oh, straight right, he flips him down.
Good leg kicks by Johnson.
Johnson, you can see it in his eyes, is determined. He wants to punish Kevin Burns. Now, I don't know if he blames him, if he thinks it was intentional, but he's angry.
He knows it's not intentional, but he does feel like he was ripped off. He was very gracious after the fight, you know, especially considering he just got poked very badly in the eye. He gave, you know, he told everyone it was a mistake. You know, he told the audience, you know, give it up for Kevin Burns. I mean, he fought his heart out. It was a good fight. It was just a mistake.
Well, it wasn't the first time he'd gotten poked, unfortunately, but that last one was nasty. But here they are again tonight. Johnson and Burns' final 10 seconds of this round.
Kevin Burns just keeping the pressure on Johnson.
Johnson caught him again. Johnson's corner calling for some head movement. Burns, Taekwondo black belt. Good pace to this fight, Joe.
Yeah, real good pace. Both guys very aggressive. And both guys also know how important this fight is.
Even Burns said he's excited to have the opportunity to set the record straight and win without controversy. Looking for the single. Good takedown defense so far by Kevin Burns.
Johnson is a great wrestler and very athletic, extremely powerful and fast. And he turns the corner, and he's got him down, looking to try to pass. Kevin Burns struggling to keep the guard, and he's also working a Kimura. I can't see if he's got his hands locked. I do believe he does. If he can pop Anthony Johnson's arm out, Johnson's in trouble here.
He's trying, Joe. He's kind of got his arm on his forearm. His right arm is on the left forearm.
Johnson is grabbing a hold of his thigh to try to keep it there. It's out. There he goes, and Johnson's free.
Johnson right to half guard. Just over 3 minutes remains in round number 2 here tonight.
All right, Kevin Burns again utilizing full guard here, and you see him reaching for that over. Good elbow by Johnson from the top.
Johnson from Dublin, Georgia. Population 17,000, was raised on a farm. His 2 UFC victories lasted a combined 64 seconds.
Good elbows from the bottom. Burns throwing up that high guard, but it's going to be real difficult now with them both slippery and sweaty. Especially with the posture and the core strength that Johnson has.
Johnson just 24 years old.
I think referee Mario Yamasaki is going to stand him up soon.
You hear the shots to the body.
Those sound good.
Yep, but like you said, Joe, they don't generate as much power as when you can posture up and bring it down.
That's a good elbow there by Johnson.
And again, just over a minute remains in the second round.
And Burns is pressed up against the cage. Let's see if he tries to utilize that cage to get back to his feet.
They're both working the midsection.
Burns pushing off the cage.
His corner calling for elbows again.
This would be...
They just said to watch the triangle.
Yeah, and he threw it up
Burns
there.
brought it, yep.
And Johnson's using this as an opportunity to try to pass, but Kevin Burns smartly gets a knee in the way. Johnson's got to half guard, but Burns immediately sticks that knee back in place, back to full guard.
Well,
Kevin Burns, very good defensive guard. He rolls over, trying for an armbar there, but he ate a big hammer fist for his troubles.
Johnson's got to be careful, like you said before. Burns has good submissions. Johnson said coming into tonight he didn't want a quick knockout. Well, this fight is headed to the third and final round.
All right, guys, final round. You ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Come on.
Good leg kick by Burns. Good jab by Johnson.
Not only a good jab, but the way he extended it and turned the shoulders.
Well, you know, he's been training with Kung Lee, and you saw in his corner. Oh!
Wow! What a head kick!
I was just about to say,
Johnson!
he's been training with Kung Lee and Josh Thompson, so of course his striking has improved, and bam! Wow!
That
Let's
is
take a
a
look at
net
that.
kick extraordinaire!
Look at this head kick. Oh, on the button.
He was out immediately, Joe.
Oh, out cold. Watch how he switches it and boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 28 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by knockout, Anthony Rumble Johnson.